Charisse Stinson inflicted a head injury on her son Jordan in late August, early September 2018, which led to his death. On September 2, 2018, Stinson reported her son missing to the police, claiming that a stranger had given them a ride and she woke up in a park to find Jordan gone. The police immediately issued an Amber Alert, a child abduction emergency alert system. Over the following days, the police conducted searches, but investigators soon grew suspicious of Stinson's account, as parts of her story didn't make sense. On September 4, 2018, the body of Jordan Beliveau was found in a wooded area, partially submerged in water, in a park near her home. An autopsy confirmed the cause of death was blunt force trauma to the head. Charisse Stinson was arrested on the same day. She confessed that she had fabricated the abduction story and that it was she who had inflicted the injury that led to her son's death. She was charged with first-degree murder, aggravated child abuse, and providing false information.
Someone's with Jordan Sr. He knows. We've made sure that he knew as soon as we could get to him. What's that? I didn't hear what you said, Charisse.
Nobody came and got me.
I've been trying to get you as fast as I could. It's okay. You needed a break today. When I met you at Madison Avenue this morning, it was clear. You needed a break. You asked for a break. I tried to give you some space, you know? I told you if you want to come down and do the statement and we just write everything out, try and help us out, and you changed your mind, that's okay. I'm not mad at you for it. I told you I'm not going to get mad at you for anything in this, okay? That's still the case. I'm not going to get mad at you. It's not anybody's place here to judge you, no matter what happened, okay? And I mean that, okay? Can we sit up and we can talk? I want you to look at the map if we can, okay? I got a lot of stuff to go over with you whenever you're ready, okay? It's been a long day. It's been a busy day. We got a lot of answers today, okay? You're his mother. I want you to know what we've been doing. I want you to know the outcomes and stuff of our work. You deserve to know. I know it's hard to function right now.
What happened?
We have to go through the map and some other things and whatnot. I want to explain how he was found and where.
Where was he?
Well, let's look at the map. Come on. You see Culver's marked?
Mm-hmm.
Your apartment's right here by Culver's, okay?
Mm-hmm.
Right there about, okay? Here are the Lafayette Apartments.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And yesterday we talked about it where we found this backpack. It is right here. Okay, that's the picture I showed you yesterday. Jordan Jr.'s body is found right here on Lake Avenue in the woods at the sports complex behind a fenced-in dumpster. He was in the water. It wasn't deep water. It was pretty shallow in a wooded area. There's a little path that leads back there by a wooden bridge, and he was pretty much maybe 10, 15 feet behind the dumpster.
Oh, no. What's on the corner of it?
What's on the corner of what?
What's on the corner over there?
Which corner?
On that street.
There used to be like a church there. I'm not sure what it is now, but there's like a big football field, baseball field area.
We went there last night.
You went there last night? Where'd you go last night?
Me and Erica, we searched all over there last night.
You searched over there last night. Did you find him?
No.
Okay. What led you to go over there last
We
night?
went everywhere. We went behind Everest. We went everywhere.
Okay. Don't beat yourself up because you didn't find him, okay? It's not your burden to find him. That was my burden. Okay, and he's found now. Here's a better map, closer of the area. This is the wooded area. He's right here. Charisse, how did he end up there? Remember yesterday when I told you? Can you look up? Please look up. I need you to look up, Charisse. I can't talk to the top of your head.
It's not true. It can't be true. It's not true.
It's true, Charisse.
It's not true.
Please, can you look up so we can have a conversation a little easier? Please.
The detective employs a good cop tactic, building trust and empathy to alleviate Charisse's guilt and fear, lower her defenses, and encourage cooperation, gradually transitioning to the body's discovery location and confirming the police's knowledge. At the turning point, he informs her of Jordan's death and location. Charisse's statement about searching there the previous night compromises her, but the detective neutralizes the guilt by stating his own responsibility and applies emotional pressure. Charisse, how did he get there? Cornered, Charisse is shocked. or simulates it, incapable of rational dialogue, and denies. The detective insists on eye contact for control, waiting for the breakdown to subside to return to the question of cause. Under pressure, Stinson realizes the collapse of the false abduction story. The body was found in a place known to her, confirming involvement. The detective has shattered the narrative and awaits an emotional breakthrough for truthful testimony.
Who do you hate, Charisse?
Oh, God. Why you did this?
Who was supposed to protect him?
Instead of discussing facts and the crime scene, the detective switches to psychological pressure, asking a question about hate to provoke a strong emotional response and a breakthrough. Charisse's key phrase is interpreted in two ways: as a projection of guilt onto herself in the third person, or some force, subconscious, the custody system, God, that failed to protect Jordan, or as self-blame, where she realizes her role as a protector who inflicted harm. In any case, this emotional response indicates the breakdown of her barriers. The detectives quickly utilize her emotional slump, changing strategy. They don't just calm her down, but position themselves as allies who wish her well, assuring her that confession is the best way out, and that they are the only ones who can help. The emotional breakdown opens the door to this manipulative technique, which immediately yields results, compelling Charisse to start providing information.
Start by just telling us what happened in that apartment. We know as parents things can get out of hand, and one thing leads to another. We can understand that. Without the truth from you, we're just going to assume the worst. Everybody can understand, as a single mom, systems failing you, that you feel you're all alone, and you do something that you wish that you could take back.
Something happened. Maybe part of that is true, but you have to tell the real story, Charisse. Where did you leave him?
You're not gonna believe me anyway. Like, I keep telling you.
I just
you won't
want-
believe me.
I just
you
want-
won't believe me.
Charisse,
You won't believe me.
I will if you tell me the truth, because now I know for a fact if you're telling the truth or you're lying. Okay? A lot happened today. I'll know if you're telling me the truth. I'll know if you're lying at this point. Like I told you yesterday, we can't change what happened. All we can do is make the best decisions going forward. You can do the right thing right here, right now, and tell the story of your son and what really happened to him. It's been an uphill battle for you the whole way. You've gotten no support. You've been doing it all by yourself.
I don't care about that. I don't
Well,
care.
it matters, and I think it contributed to the problem. It does matter. You don't deserve to be hit. You don't deserve to be left hungry in an apartment with a hungry child, no money. You can't have a job because you can't find someone to watch him, so you can just work for a few hours. I get it. Just like I told you yesterday, I understand that. This is your opportunity to tell the story, Charisse, the way you know it needs to be told.
I was there last night.
I know. I heard what you said. What made you go there?
We went everywhere. Where it was water, where it was woods, everywhere.
You didn't see him last night? Shaking your head no?
No, sir.
Okay. Well, you don't have to do the sir stuff. Come on.
I was there.
Tell me how he got there, Charisse. Tell the real story. He deserves to have the real story be told. Why do you say all the evidence points to you?
Cause look at my house.
Okay. We talked about that.
It was his chin, man. It was his chin.
What, the blood? Is that what you're saying?
It was his chin.
Well, be clear about what you're saying. I don't want to misunderstand what you're saying. You keep saying it was his chin. Are you talking about...
Yes, sir.
Okay. What really happened, Charisse? Nobody else was there except you and him. Did he die in that apartment?
No, sir. He was okay. He was good.
Was he dying in that
He was
apartment?
good. No, sir.
You don't
The
have to...
only incident was when he was choking, but he was fine after that. But he was okay. We left. He was walking. He was good. He was good. He was good.
When did he die,
He
Charisse?
was laughing. He was playing. He was good. I don't know. He was good.
I'm only gonna give you come on. I want the real story.
If you won't take me, because I
Okay, Charisse, we did a lot of work
The detective uses minimization, framing the crime as an accident caused by stress and lack of support, offering Charisse words for a confession that preserve her dignity and avoid intent to encourage a less serious version. In the struggle for the narrative, Charisse hides the motivation for the injury, but the detective imposes a version of a difficult life as a mitigating factor. Her denial is a refusal of the justification, but the detective insists. Charisse evades, nervously mentioning the chin as the injury, and separates the incident from the death, insisting the child was fine before she left. The detective increases pressure, demanding the truth. The detective's shattered Stinson's alibi. In her emotional breakdown, she creates a narrative of the child being alive when she left. Her evasions and tears as fear of capture confirm greater knowledge, and there is enough evidence for accountability.
Okay, Charisse, we did a lot of work today. Okay, this is another map. Just so you know, we're looking at. This is Lafayette Apartments. Okay. My bearings here. This is where here is. Okay. This is where you are right here. This is where you live. I told you yesterday or sometime during this week, we have gone through every camera and dumpster, everything along this East Bay Drive Road here.
I know.
That's how we found the backpack.
So that's the green dot?
The backpack is the green dot.
Okay.
I mismarked it. Right there is the green dot, the backpack. That's how we found it.
Okay.
By going through all these dumpsters.
Okay.
Okay. We found that a few days ago, like I told you. Okay. His body's here. His backpack is here. You say you left him here. Okay. So today, we started going through this area right here. On King Drive right here. There's a house with a camera. And it sees you.
Can you show me that? Because I'm not going to believe that.
I don't have the video right here to show you.
I'm not going to believe that.
Okay. You're just going to have to listen to what I'm saying.
Yes, yeah.
That camera shows you. I don't have the camera I'm just looking at sometimes.
Oh, sorry.
It's okay. At 10:15, I'm sorry, not 10:15, 10:56, that camera shows you here. Okay. Your last connection for your cell phone when you come off the Wi-Fi is 10:22 at your apartment. At 10:56, you are on camera right here with the backpack on and carrying your son. His body is in your arms. Okay.
I'm not agreeing, I'm just listening to you.
Okay, that's fine. 19 minutes after this camera on Keene Park sees you, this camera sees you walking south from this way, where his body is found, carrying just a backpack now.
I'm going to be sick.
I would be too. In 19 minutes, you walk from here
That's impossible.
to here. I walked the path. It's totally possible. You walked there, and you left your son there. And then when you walk by right there, you still have the backpack that you dumped in the dumpster near the apartments that you made this whole story up about Antoine. No, I don't believe you one bit, Charisse.
The detective uses a confrontation tactic, employing irrefutable evidence from surveillance cameras and phone data to strip Charisse of the ability to deny and push her toward a confession. The camera recorded her carrying her son's body, completely refuting the story of the abduction, the child being alive, and the stranger, causing Charisse to transition from an emotional breakdown to stubborn denial. The detective completes the evidence base with clear timelines and locations, ruling out any explanation other than the murder of Jordan and the concealment of the body. The mention of the non-existent Antoine destroys her credibility. Charisse Stinson is at an impasse. Evidence is presented of her presence at the crime scene, carrying the child's body and fabricating the story, leaving her with the only path being a confession.
You are a liar.
No.
You have not told me the truth all week.
No.
That is a fact. That is a fact. The fact is he's there and he's dead. The fact is you walked by, you left him there in the woods behind that dumpster. You left him there and you carried his backpack and you left it here. And you made all this shit up to make it look like you're not a monster. You are, because you don't even have the courage to tell your son's story. Something happened to him when you were responsible for him. I don't know if he was dead when you left him or if you just left him there in the woods all alone, dying. You didn't do anything but leave him. You left him there. You walked away from him. You went there last night to see if he was still there, and he was. I saw him with my own eyes. I found him with my group of people. We found him right where you left him, wearing the clothes, wearing the shoes. Your lies are over. This is your chance to be honest. It's all out on the table, Charisse. People will know this. People will know this story I just tell you. And you choose to do the right thing. Tell us what happened at the apartment that night, or that's how the story goes. He's not coming back. There he is.
You gotta tell people what happened, Charisse. Are you a remorseful mother, or are you a monster, like they said?
It's only one of the two. There's a reasonable explanation. It's something got out of hand, and something happened, or you just don't give a shit. And I'm starting to think it's number two. But boy, do I feel stupid, because I've been in your corner.
What happened that made you panic? Tell us what happened. Make us understand. This isn't the first time we've seen a dead baby, but everybody has an explanation. People can understand. Give somebody something to feel so they can feel for you.
There's a reason this happened, Charisse. People deserve to know. Something happened. Grandma deserves to know. Both grandmas. Your mother has never even met him. She deserves to hear the story. The real story. Jessica, who has done nothing but help you and try to be there for you. You owe her an explanation. You love Jordan Sr., but you also hate him. You owe him an explanation. He deserves to know. It's his son, too. And this is not fair to him, because he has to live the rest of his life knowing this.
Here, the tactic of maximization is applied, the opposite of the previous minimization. The detective leaves no loopholes for justification, increasing moral pressure and demonizing Charisse's actions to elicit an emotional reaction and confession by destroying her self-esteem and equating silence with cruelty. Confirming the personal discovery of the body intensifies the impact. The detective concludes the pressure with social shame and guilt toward her family, returning to a reasonable explanation from a position of disappointment, making the offer urgent. Internal analysis confirms the goal is not finding the murderer. It is Charisse, but detailing the events in the apartment, as multiple injuries do not fit the accidental hit against the wall version. A confession is needed for evidence and serious charges.
Something happened at the apartment, didn't it?
He was okay when she brought us food.
When was he not okay? At what point was he not okay? Well, he had the seizure on Friday night into Saturday morning, early Saturday morning, when you guys were in bed. So at what point, you said he was okay when you guys got up for the day.
Mm-hmm.
At what point was he not okay?
We got dressed.
About what time?
Everything's pretty much the same.
Saturday, what time did you get up?
Saturday, I got up at 7 once when Jordan Sr. called me, and then I got up again.
You fell back asleep?
Mm-hmm. And then I got up again around 11.
Okay.
Got him up, brushed his teeth and stuff.
Okay.
And we were just chilling.
At what point was he not
He
okay?
was straight. Jessica brought us food. We ate.
About 6 o'clock, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. That was the Burger King?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
And he was still fine.
I know it's tough. You're doing good. What happened where he wasn't fine?
Took a shower, got dressed. I gave him a bath, got him dressed. He wasn't like the normal Jordan, but walking and stuff.
What do you mean he wasn't the normal?
He was just acting really weird. His eyes was really weird.
How were they weird? Were they back in his head? Were they back?
like
Were they crossed?
I don't know how to describe it. Like he wasn't all the way there, if that makes sense.
Okay. Remember lethargic? We talked about lethargic yesterday. Like he's a little loopy, maybe.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Was he using that leg that he hurt the night before? Remember he hurt his leg?
He was limping bad then.
He was limping bad Saturday night? Is that what we're talking about?
Yes.
Okay. Was his leg broken?
I'm not sure.
You were Googling it all night, so...
Yeah, but he was limping pretty bad.
Okay, so he wasn't walking real good.
No, sir.
Okay.
We left the house, he was walking. At that point, we got near, what is that?
Did you leave the house the same time we were talking about all week? 9:50, 10 o'clock?
It may have been like later, but I just remember when I had texted Jordan's phone.
Well, 10 and 20 was when your phone disconnected. Does that sound right?
So I'll just say 10:20.
About then, 10:22?
Sure.
Okay.
And the whole plan was to take him to Jordan Senior's house. That was the plan.
It's a long walk. What path did you take?
I'm gonna get there.
Okay.
Okay.
So you walk out
I'm a bad person.
I don't think you're a bad person,
I'm not a
Cherise.
monster.
You're not a monster. You're not.
You just gotta let us know what happened.
The detective, leveraging known facts about the child's condition, seizures, and a limp, shatters Cherise's narrative that everything was fine. Her admission that Jordan wasn't normal and his eyes looked weird confirms her awareness of his severe condition before leaving the apartment. The emphasis on the limp and the presumed Google search highlights her knowledge of the seriousness of the physical injuries, making the decision to leave even more criminal. Cherise continues to insist the child was alive when she left, reducing the charge to abandonment in danger rather than murder. The detective increases pressure by returning to the tactic of minimization and empathy to offer a chance to present the crime as panic and desperation, not cold-blooded murder, and to elicit an admission about the cause of the injuries. Ultimately, Cherise abandons the false alibi and shifts to a version of an accident, a head bump plus seizures and deterioration, a limp, strange eyes, minimizing guilt by claiming the child was alive and the goal was to take him to his father. However, knowing about the serious injuries, the detective insists on details, forcing Cherise to choose: accept the panic version for a mitigated sentence or deny involvement in the death, strengthening the version of premeditated murder.
He left the apartment. You said he's walking a little bit, but
I just want to clarify, like the blood stuff has nothing to do with this incident.
That's really from the chin? Because that's a lot of blood.
Yes, sir. That has nothing.
Okay.
Nothing to do, and hopefully when they do the autopsy, like they'll prove that.
Yeah, I hope so too. Okay, it's fine.
But that's when we got towards. We didn't get out the complex yet, and I'll say before the Outback.
Like by the office there?
That's when he just passed out, like, and I just panicked.
He just passed out?
I could have called.
Sure, but I don't
know.
It's okay. Where did you go when he passed out? So you passed out like...
Yeah, but he was still breathing. Yeah, but he was just...
On that path between your apartment and East Bay that we took the other day?
Mm-hmm.
Passes out about in the middle there?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so like right in here. Okay.
I was going to get some help, but we got past some apartments down there.
Yeah.
And I sat him down, and at that point, he just wasn't breathing.
Okay.
He just wasn't breathing. But I could feel a pulse. And then we just sat there for a little bit. Like I was like, June, come on. Yeah. And like he was like, I'm not going to say he wasn't breathing. It was just real
shallow, like
faint. So I picked him up. I could still hear him breathing a little bit in my ear. So I picked him up, and I just got really scared. So we walked.
Okay, but I want to know how he hurt his head.
I do not know how he hurt his head.
Okay.
I don't know. All I can tell you is I left. I came back. When I came back, he was gone. At that point...
He was gone or he was dead?
He was dead. And then you put him
I left.
in the water.
I left. And actually, I didn't put him in the water, though.
Where did you put him?
I raised him up, and I sat him over the fence.
Was he still alive?
I don't think so. I doubt it.
How did you lose your shoe?
I really don't freaking know how I lost my shoe. But I did have my shoe at Largo Park.
You didn't have it on when you were there on the video.
I don't know, so I must have lost it somewhere.
Did you lose it back in the mud on back there?
No, I never went back there. I'm scared of dirt and shit.
You were scared of dirt, but you put him back there?
I can see the path you took. I saw the shoe prints.
I never went behind the fence.
So what
Put him over the fence?
What part of the fence? Right, the dumpster there, over the chain link fence?
The metal fence?
Yeah.
I never went over the fence.
When you put him over the fence, where was the dumpster?
I got behind the dumpster.
Okay.
And put him over the chain link fence.
Why would you do that if he's still alive?
Or
is he dead?
I knew. I just told you.
When he came back, he was cold.
So did you move him in the water yesterday?
No, my cousin Erica was with me yesterday.
How do you get in the water?
I have no idea.
10, 15 feet from the fence to the water.
Cherise Stinson was prepared enough to construct a complex, multi-layered lie, but her preparation was insufficient to withstand a meticulous investigation based on objective, physical, and technological evidence. She lost because she could not adapt her fabricated story to the facts already known to the police. Video, body location, phone data. Her behavior in the interrogation demonstrates how a mixture of premeditated lies and panicked, improvised corrections ultimately leads to self-incrimination.
How did his head get injured? He didn't fall. Let's start from there. Just because that's what made you leave the apartment.
No, I only left the apartment because I needed him to eat. Like, I was hungry. I'm pretty sure he was
you had
hungry.
already got food, right?
That was
3 hours earlier, yeah, she got food.
Well, that was the first time we had ate. That whole, like, literally, that was the first time we had eaten.
So what happened to
anything.
him between grandma coming and you leaving the house? You want to know the honest truth based on what they're telling me? He is already severely injured, if not dead, before grandma comes in. It's over.
In the final phase of the interrogation, the detective, increasing the pressure, insists on the cause of Jordan's head injury, suggesting there was no fall and directly linking it to Cherise's departure from the apartment, which shatters her narrative. Cherise desperately denies the connection, resorting to a weak and refutable lie about hunger as the motive for leaving, but the detective instantly refutes her with the fact that the child had been recently fed 3 hours prior. Having likely received new medical data, the detective ends the soft tactic and asserts that Jordan had a severe injury or was already dead before the grandmother arrived, underscoring the inevitability of her guilt. This moment highlights Cherise's complete denial of responsibility for the fatal injury, where her excuses crumble under the weight of the facts. The additional analysis of the femur fracture, the strongest bone in the body, which causes unbearable pain, reinforces the picture. Cherise ignored this serious injury for a whole day and then took the child out for a long walk less than 24 hours later, which destroys the version of panic and accident, pointing to extreme negligence and cruelty. The extent of the injuries, skull fracture, leg fracture, hemorrhage, cuts, converges on an unambiguous verdict. This was not an accident, but murder after a prolonged period of abuse and neglect. The lies, alibi, and concealment of the body are not a reaction to panic, but a deliberate attempt to cover up a crime. Cherise manipulated the investigation, changing stories and minimizing guilt, but the objective evidence, medical reports, seizures, injuries, exposes her as a murderer who intentionally caused the child's death.
I promise you'll feel better. We'll cry about it and we'll move on. You owe it to your son.
I didn't mean any of this to happen.
Okay.
Of course not.
Lord knows I'm trying, but the only things I can think of for him to hit his head was falling, or if he hit his head on the wall when he was having a seizure. I don't know.
The
the
seizure
seizures,
is after
right.
the head injury.
Seizures are a result of the head
Trust me,
injury.
I know that because my mom had seizures from hitting her head. I already know how that process
Well,
works.
So that's why we keep coming back to that, because
He didn't hit
have a
his head
seizure.
during the seizure.
right.
It's
Not
before.
that I know of.
Well, he might have bumped it or something, but the major head injury is before the seizure. Because that's why he's having a seizure.
Okay.
And that major head injury is caused by somebody else. You're the only one in the apartment with him, correct? Can you give me that at least? Nobody else was there. Just you.
You live there alone.
So you know that why I asked him the question.
Because I want you to at least admit that.
I already admitted to that.
Be a woman.
I already admitted that we stayed alone.
Okay. Then there's only one person responsible for that head injury, and that's you. Don't let the doctor guess what
You
happened
said the
tomorrow.
truth sets you free.
No, it sets you free mentally, it sets you free in your heart, sets you free. That's what they mean by that. The truth will set you free. Let's try it, I guarantee it.
You don't want to live with this guilt.
I already let everything out.
Except the one part that started this chain of events. If you want us to finish the story, we'll finish it. I'm going to suggest, unless you tell me otherwise, you murdered in that apartment. You panicked, you left the apartment, and you dumped him by a dumpster. And then, according to your words, you come back, throw him over a chain link fence like a piece of trash.
I didn't throw him.
Chain link fence is this tall.
It's all the way over there.
Unless you went over the side, plop, a piece of trash.
Trust me, I already feel like a horrible person. I am a horrible person. I am a monster.
Because you won't come to the truth to tell us what happened that night. I will have to agree with you if that's the case.
I'm trying to remember. I swear to
You
God.
won't forget that, Charisse. You
I swear
won't.
to God, I don't.
So
I
is
don't.
that because you hit him so many times that night?
Mm-mm.
You're never gonna forget that moment. You know exactly what it
The
is.
only time I remember him hitting his head was when I'm being honest with
No,
you. The only
you
time
did-
I remember.
you did
Okay. Well, alright, I did it. Alright.
It's medically impossible to roll off a bed.
I didn't say he rolled
Okay,
off.
a 2-foot kid falling head first into, I don't suppose you have tile flooring, but if you do, not gonna happen.
Kids are pretty strong.
I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry.
We know you're sorry, Charisse. We know.
Let him know you're sorry by admitting to what you did. Nobody accepts apologies unless you admit what they did.
Make it sincere.
I'm just thinking about Jordan Sr.
What?
Because through all the bullshit, that was still his child.
You know, it will be easier on him if he knows exactly what happened. If he's left in the dark about the last little piece, and he'll never know. He'll have that weight to carry his entire life.
He kept crying because he was hungry, and I just got mad. You know, I wasn't really mad. I just wanted him to just shut up for 2 seconds.
Yeah. How are you holding him?
I wasn't holding him. He was
I can feel the weight coming off you as you talk.
I'm a monster.
You're
It's
not a
not.
monster. You had a moment in time.
I've been trying since the beginning to let you know that it's okay.
I don't want to die in jail. I didn't mean
I know you
it.
don't. I know you don't. What happened when he wasn't getting any food? You just wanted him to stop crying.
I'm just like, I hit him like really hard, and he hit his head really hard
On what?
on the wall.
Which wall?
The wall by our bed.
Okay, when was he crying and he wouldn't stop?
Because he still didn't eat. Like, we ate that one time Friday.
Okay, so this is after Grandma drops off food?
No, she came Saturday. Oh, damn. I really can't remember the time, but I know he hit his head pretty hard on the wall.
It's after the social worker comes? And
Yeah.
is it before the seizure at night? On Saturday night? Or Saturday morning? The social worker comes at about 8 o'clock on Friday.
I want to say maybe this was after the social worker came.
Right, because he was fine when they came. So Friday night, late night? Okay. And you said in the bedroom when you were in bed? Okay. You kind of did this, so you hit him with like the back of your hand?
And he hit his head really hard. Like really
Back of
hard.
his head.
Yes, sir.
What part of his head did you hit with your hand?
I hit the front of his face, like, but it was
Like right
really
here?
hard.
How's he positioned in the bed? And how are you positioned? Your bed's in the corner of the
I'm
room.
more up.
This is the corner of your room, and the bed's like that.
Yeah, but say like we're on this side. Like, well, I'm
Like
gonna do it this way. I'm
Okay.
saying this way.
So this is the corner of your room back here?
And he's closer to the window
Okay.
because I gotta sit like towards the end.
Sure.
Like when I'm up for my phone to charge,
And your bed has a wall right behind it. Okay.
and then I just
He was sitting up right here where my partner's sitting. And where's your hand hit him? Don't hit my partner, obviously.
really
Just put your hand on. Put your hand
like that, like really,
by
really
the
hard.
eyes, and then his head
And
goes back.
then he went.
Okay. What happened when he hit his head?
He was crying, but he was like,
Hit you him again.
at that point I felt bad because he was
Sure. Is that why?
But
When does he start having the seizures?
I'm proud of you. I'm proud of you. It's okay. It happened. Okay? It's hard to say. I know you didn't mean it. I know you didn't mean it. It's exactly what I've been saying from the get-go, Charisse. It was a split second. I know you're fed up. I expect you to be fed up. I know you fucked up, but I know, and we can't bring him back.
just took him to the hospital.
Charisse, if we could bring him back, we all would. There's not one person in this world,
I'm just so scared.
and that's okay. Hey, Charisse, I would have been scared too.
I'm sorry.
He knows. Charisse, he knows. Okay?
Did I kill him?
You injured him. And it caused some serious problems. Yeah.
I killed my baby.
Yeah, that's what led to his death. Yes. Okay? But it takes a strong person to admit what they did. Okay?
I'm not strong, I don't deserve.
Well, you won't be remembered as a monster. This is not a monster story. This has never been a story about a monster. When I met you, I knew this was a story about a frustrated mother who had no chance by circumstance because everything was against her. And I knew you got frustrated. And as we started talking about the searches and your phone and the seizure, it only became more apparent. Okay?
I don't have nobody in my corner.
I was in your corner.
I'm gonna be by myself in there.
That's not...
Nobody gonna come see me. Nobody gonna forgive me for this.
People will forgive you, Charisse. I forgive you.
The detective, applying consistent pressure, relies on the principle of mental release through truth, emphasizing that confession is necessary for Charisse for the sake of her son, and uses the phrase, "the truth sets you free," to heighten the emotional impact. The detective escalates the pressure, using her words to stress that silence itself makes her the monster she fears, and at this stage, Charisse is emotionally ready to confess, requiring only a final push. In response, Charisse gives in, initially speaking, but then trying to revert to the fall version, which the detective immediately rejects as medically impossible. She then moves to detailed testimony. Jordan was crying due to hunger and wouldn't stop, which triggered her anger. She hit him hard, causing his head to hit the wall near the bed. The incident occurred late Friday evening, after a visit from the social worker. Charisse demonstrates the gesture, a slap to the face, by the eyes, which caused his head to snap back and hit the wall. This is a full confession of an intentional action that caused the fatal injury, eliminating all versions of accident and solidifying the evidence, where the motive is frustration from the child's crying, compounded by her difficult situation. The detective emotionally guides her to detail, documenting the chain of events. Moving to consolidation, the detective softens his tone, expressing pride and assuring her that she didn't mean to, reducing the guilt to a moment in the heat of the moment. In response to Charisse's question, he answers, "You hurt him, and it caused serious problems. Yes, it led to his death," subtly fixing the causal link without the direct term murder, encouraging her agreement. In the finale, he provides an out. This was never a story about a monster. It was a story about a frustrated mother who didn't get a break due to circumstances and declares forgiveness. The context confirms the neglect. Jordan's living conditions included poor hygiene, lack of food, a criminal environment, drugs, and firearms. The DCF report underscores the failure of the custody system, which returned the child to a dangerous environment. Ultimately, the shift in tactics from confrontation to minimization leads to a full confession. Charisse slapped Jordan in the face out of frustration, leading to his head hitting the wall, which caused the fatal injury and seizures. This confession is only part of the picture, where Jordan's death is attributed not only to her actions, but also to a systemic failure that did not protect the child from known circumstances, which the detective had repeatedly warned about.
Nobody ever means these things to happen.
Can we sit outside before you take me to jail?
Yeah, you gotta hang out here for a little bit. I gotta go out and make some phone calls and whatnot, okay?
I want to go to jail.
I know. I know.
Me too.
I know. You said you're hungry? Okay. Do you want to still write out what we were talking about? He was a happy kid.
Are you gonna let me keep this picture?
Make sure there's nothing else on there. Just hold on to it for now, okay? I'll need it back in a little bit. But you just hold it for now while you're in here, okay? So you're not alone. Let me scooch you this desk over, okay?
Am I allowed to get my phone?
Not right now. Okay?
I just want to call my mom.
I know. I'm going to let you call her. I told you I would. If you change your mind and you decide you want to write again, I'll leave it in here. It's a homicide, Charisse.
What is that?
It's a murder.
How long do you think?
I don't know. That's way down the road. It's way down the
Do you
road.
think I'm a monster?
No, I don't.
I wanted to ask
Can you
one more.
please come to court?
I will be there. I promise.
And I know you gotta speak against
I know.
me,
Well,
but-
you know, Charisse,
Please, 'cause I'm not a
I told you in the beginning, I don't think you're a bad
Please don't
person.
let me go through this by myself.
I'm not, Charisse. I still don't think you're a bad
What
person.
happened to his leg?
Did something happen to his leg? I know you hit his head, but it's a thigh bone. That's the strongest one it gets.
Even the knee felt weird.
How'd he hurt his leg for real?
I swear to you, I really don't know. I just remember him falling, and after that, he just kept limping. But it wasn't really swollen.
Fallen from where? When?
Off the bed. But when I checked it, I knew it didn't feel right. But he wasn't like when he walked, he would just limp, but he wasn't walking.
Did he hurt his leg before the social worker came or after?
It was after because he
So,
that's when he
so
was
everything
in the living room
happens Friday night,
because
basically.
he was chilling.
So he's crying because of the leg. He's crying because.
Everything was just messed up.
Okay.
Everything.
Yeah.
Did you see him fall? How he fell on his leg?
I just heard like a loud boom
From your bed?
from him
his bed?
from his bed in the living room, and then he was just crying.
Is that when you brought him in your bed for the night?
Yes.
And then shortly after is when you hit him in the face?
Because he just kept crying.
Yeah.
Is that when
sorry.
you were looking at, thigh bones, researching thigh bones?
Yeah, because it just didn't feel right.
Right.
I knew something was wrong, but
And then he has the
I
seizure at
was
night.
just freaking stupid.
You finished the book, Charisse. And you finished it.
Please don't let me go through this by myself.
We won't. I've been here for you the whole time.
Please don't. Please, because
I know.
I don't got nobody.
I know, Charisse.
And my mom, she broke it. I don't think she can survive this. She's not going to survive this.
She expresses emotional dependence and pleads with the detective to be present in court, showing that she took his ally tactic to heart and needs support due to her loneliness. The detective returns to Jordan's fractured femur, noting that it is too strong a bone for an accidental injury, but Charisse denies involvement despite confessing to the murder. After the confession, she focuses on the consequences and maintaining her dignity, and the detective uses her dependence to press her on the leg injury. Her denial indicates that the injury may have occurred under other circumstances, and she is avoiding additional responsibility. Sharice's fate as a murderer is sealed. Paradoxically, she herself grew up in foster care, which should have given her an understanding of hardship, but instead made her cruel.
Okay. Father God, I made a mistake. But Lord, I'm coming to you as humble as I know how, and I'm asking you for your forgiveness. Lord, I'm asking for you to have mercy and look in these people's hearts and let them know I'm not a monster and it was a mistake. Please. My life is about to change drastically. And Lord, I need you right now in the name of Jesus. I need you right now, Lord. Father God, I need you, okay?
You're welcome. You ready? You gotta take your hands out of your shirt, okay? I gotta handcuff you now, okay?
Can it be in the front?
It's gotta be in the back, okay? I gotta give you the truck driver in the back, and he might put him in the front, okay?
Okay.
Your key.
Immediately after the confession, Sharice begins to pray, seeking forgiveness and mercy from God, emphasizing that she made a mistake and asking people to know she is not a monster, which reflects her internal struggle with her moral image and fear of public condemnation. The detective gives her a minute to pray, after which he proceeds with the arrest, asking her to free her hands for the handcuffs. In the end, in October 2022, Sharice Stinson pleaded guilty to second-degree murder and received a 50-year prison sentence for murder stemming from frustration and abuse. Sharice gave birth to a daughter, Serenity, in prison. Due to her criminal history and family neglect, Serenity was placed in the foster care of the Warren family, who had previously fostered Jordan, interrupting the cycle of systemic failure. In prison, Sharice claims mental freedom, viewing the confession as liberation from the slavery of anger and lies, and thanks her son for this. Her reaction to the confession, the search for mental freedom, remains ambiguous, raising questions about true remorse. Despite the tragedy, Jordan's death inspired Jordan's Law, which enhanced collaboration between law enforcement and increased funding for at-risk families to prevent similar cases. This became his sad legacy. The most important aspect is the legislative change. The tragedy did not pass without consequence, leading to the reform of the child protection system.
Well, for the longest, I thought I was gonna get a life sentence. I thought I was gonna get life in prison. And then, I just literally found out Friday that they accepted my offer. So I didn't really have too much time to really, what's the word I'm looking for, absorb it. But I knew that I didn't want to do life in prison. And then I also was thinking, okay, well, what is justice gonna look like? In the eyes of the media, in my eyes, in the Belleville's eyes, what is justice, because we'll never be able to have him back. You know what I'm saying? So I had to really think of a number that was gonna please everybody and that was gonna look justifiable, So I don't know. I'm still trying to deal with it.
Talk about what took you down that dark road that day. What was it? What can we all learn from the hell that you went through?
It's really hard when you don't have support, when you don't have anybody, and I had nobody. It was just me and my son, and I was already pregnant, and I was suffering through postpartum depression from my previous pregnancy, and I didn't know what postpartum depression was, because in Black households, they tend not to believe in suicide or depression and stuff like that, and it's wrong to even have that mindset, But I was going through a lot of depression. I didn't want to be here. So at the time I didn't want to be here. So it was just like, I was just in a dark, I hated everything. I hated life, I hated myself. I didn't know how to love anybody. But I love my son, and I'm so disappointed in myself because he did not deserve what happened to him at all. No child deserves that, you know? And I pray to God that the Jordan law prevents this from happening. You know, I pray my situation prevents this from happening. Like, because this is a tragedy, you know? And I just really want people to see that you need unity, you need support, you need love, you need kindness. Like, you need to be able to be like, hey, I need help, and somebody not judge you for needing help, you know? Like, so that's what I want people to just be more mindful and aware of what's going on with others, what's going around in the world today. Like, we need each other to lean on.
Well, that's what I was going to say, is it seems like